Hello. Okay, this is Tor here. So let's just jump straight into it. So I'm now going to tell you guys like how I helped a company to generate like $666,076 in sales in 10 weeks. And the best part is like this was additional sales and the ad spend were like $20,030 and basically, if my math is correct, that's basically 33.25x ROAS. So this is super important. So let me just uh, get this point across. So I know some of the best marketers in the world. Excuse me. And like they actually say that when they scale with ads, and as you guys probably know, like there are only like a few type of like traffic sources that you can do, but with organic, you can only come to a certain point. So once you cap like the max limit of the booked sales calls and the revenue through your organic social media, like the next step and the only way to scale further is through paid advertising. But my point is like the best marketers in the world, they're basically having about like 3x to 5x return on ad spend. That's kind of like world class when you're scaling. Okay, just to put this into perspective. So the best marketers in the world have between like 3x to 5x return on ad spend, which basically means with 3x return on ad spend, when you put in, just for simplicity, $1,000 in ad spend, you will basically get three times $3,000 in sales, right? So the best marketers in the world have like 3x to 5x return on ad spend. And in this case, and I really don't believe it myself when I see this because it's like so freaking high. But basically what we did is we had like 33.25x return on ad spend. And this is like ridiculous. This is not more normal in any way, shape, or form. And the best thing is like we did this in 10 weeks. So for you who don't know who I am, like my name and why you should listen to me. So like my name is Tor Afsland and I'm responsible for some of the most profitable ad campaigns on the planet. I've been publishing a book with some of the best marketers in the world, like Seth Godin, Grant Cardone, Chris Brogan, and Brian Clark. And even Elon Musk's right-hand man in Tesla reached out to me personally and wanted me to help them to train their marketing team. So I guess I know a thing or two when it comes to scaling businesses. But anyway, back to the point here. So, and here's kind of like the thing with kind of like most businesses is like either like they have been kind of like burnt by working with so many marketing agencies that weren't able to help them, or they've been able to kind of like spending a little money on ads, but they haven't kind of cracked the code on the sales funnel. And let me just kind of like try to just like break this down, kind of what lies behind this. So let me just like to take this a little bit smaller hair. And yeah, so at the end of the day, like, so let me just move my mic here. So what does it take to make paid ads work profitable? And obviously at scale, but let's just like stick with the profitable first, right? So basically there are different things here, and like they might seem obvious, but like they they are not that obvious. So let me just like jump straight into it. So let us just do like this. I'm going to try to do this short and sweet, but yeah, let's. So at the end of the day, like whatever that you're doing, like just to make this like exceptional simple. So basically it's all about traffic, right? So you will always start with traffic. So just to kind of break it down, you basically have audience. Oh, why did I do this? Like you have audience, and then you have ad platform, and then you have ad, and then you have funnel. Oh, what is this? I'm not going to make this like too complex, but let's just like make it simple here and just say like okay. So I do apologize for me kind of like be drawing probably like a 5-year-old here, but at the end of the day, it works like this. Like it's all about finding the right audience, right? And then you need to choose your ad platform. And then you would obviously create the ad. You would have the funnel with a landing page. And the only goal, if you're selling high ticket, is that you need to get leads or like booked calls. And then obviously you need to have an offer here. So, and obviously as well, like as you guys know, like, or probably know, like the offer is kind of like the make it or break it with everything. So basically what you want to have like is an irresistible offer like this, right? So it's based, so let's see here. Let's do, that's 1, 2, this is just for simplicity. 4 with funnel part, 5 with booked calls, and 6 like this. There are several steps, more steps than this, but just to kind of like make it super simple. So it's all about reverse engineering. And what do I mean with reverse engineering? So it's basically all about the make it or break it with not just like any business when it comes to client acquisition and getting new customers, but basically if you can make it like have profitable ads, it's all about the irresistible offer. Like when you're doing like sales calls, like what is the specific, like how are you presenting the offer, the service, or the product that you're selling, right? So it needs to be irresistible. This is like the most important thing. Like it, you can have like the best product or service in the world, but like if the offer is like really bland and like same like thousands of other competitors, like it's all about perception. Like your potential customers don't know what you know, right? So they don't know, for instance, that you spent like 10 years of developing this insanely good service and you're doing like 90 things that your competitors aren't. So like your product or service is by far the most superior on the marketplace. But like if you can't kind of convey this in the marketing, your potential prospects or clients, that they don't know. Like they literally don't know. So don't assume. This is the most important thing, is that you have an irresistible offer, right? And obviously the next step before that is that you will have like, you will be booking calls, booking sales calls, right? And like if you're selling something that costs like $2,000 or more, like you should definitely be doing that through a sales call, right? And then you will have the funnel, which is basically how your ability to capture leads, a landing page, ability to capture leads and then book calls. And then you will have the ad, and then you will have the ad platform, and then you will have the audience, right? So just to kind of like do this from like the back and then to the front, is to have like an irresistible offer. Obviously you need to like know how to conduct sales calls and make sales, and then you need to have like a funnel, the ad platform and audience. And it's all about basically kind of having like this thin red thread, basically like an irresistible offer congruency. So just to kind of explain this, if you're talking about like a premium red apple, that's basically what you're selling, like, right? So your offer is a premium red apple. And if this is your offer, then obviously you need to talk about this in when you're having your sales calls. And then you need to have like the premium red apple in your funnel, in your ad, and your ad platform, and so on. So at the end of the day, if you're talking about the premium red apple from the first time they see you through the ad, and then basically through the landing page and through the process where you're booking calls on the sales calls. And then when you're going to basically tell them as like, hey, are you interested in like, I read a premium Apple, and obviously you have removed so much resistance because it's the same thing like consistently through the whole process from A to Z, that like, yeah, a lot of people might take you up on that offer, right? So I hope that makes sense. So this is really what it's all about when you're going to have like the being able to generate like a lot of sales in a short period of time. Obviously, there are a lot of different things as well, but just to keep it simple, irresistible offer, you need to be able to book calls and also obviously have like sales calls. And then you need to be able to, yeah, have a funnel that works, ads, and so on and so on, right? So this is really kind of to boil it down. And like, even though it's like, might sound simple when I'm like drawing this out, like it's all about being able to kind of having like the thin red thread through the whole process. And obviously you need to have a good product or service. Like that's kind of like mandatory, but just telling you guys. So this is kind of what you need to do. And also I'm not going to drag this out too much here. I'm seeing like where, oh, to do like this. So this will basically be, I'm just going to use kind of like this uh, AF1. What do I mean? Ads and funnel one, right? So the point here is that when you're cracking the code on this with the hooks and everything, like this is AF1. And then when you start kind of like doing tweaks with different hooks on the ads, it will basically be like AF2. And then you will have like, if you then start again split testing with like a different funnel, like it will be like another iteration of this. So kind of my point here, and I will go deeper into this in another video, but it's really important to kind of keep things very simple when you're testing with ads, and then when you're going to the next level, because if you have like too many different funnels and too many ads and all that kind of crazy stuff, like it's really hard to be able to keep track. And also when you're doing like the small changes, you will much faster see kind of how it's impacting the difference. So anyway, so that's kind of like, obviously this thing here, just saying it like it is, this thing here, we're obviously dialed in, and it's the only way that we were able to do it when we dialed it in. And this basically resulted in us in generating like, yeah, $666,000 and 76 in sales in 10 weeks, with $20,000 in ad spend, basically 33.25x return on ad spend. So that's it. So and if you want help with scaling your business and doubling your revenue in the next 6 months, just like click the link below, and yeah, you can come to a short video and I will explain how this works, and yeah, we can see if you're a great fit. Okay, that's all for now. Bye bye.